The hunter who sets traps for others must watch his own footsteps. A proverb that warns how those who pursue power aggressively can one day find themselves caught in the very mechanisms they once controlled. That cautionary truth appears to be unfolding in real time for former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, as the Nigerian government prepares to arraign him on charges of allegedly authorizing the illegal tapping of phone lines belonging to the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. This na confirmed street news. Na waiting we hear with the report, but be sure say na confirm. Abeg, hit that subscribe button, like this video and drop a comment to help us grow and bring you undiluted news. The development was confirmed on February 16, 2026, when sources close to the matter revealed that the federal government intends to bring El-Rufai before a court to face charges related to the unauthorized interception of communications. The allegation centers on claims that during his tenure as governor, El-Rufai ordered or facilitated the tapping of Ribadu's phone lines, actions said to have been carried out through state security apparatus or proxies. This marks a dramatic escalation in what has become a high-stakes political and legal confrontation between two former powerhouses now facing off in the courts. If this unfolding story of former powerhouses now facing off in the court has you wanting deeper insight into the intersections of politics, security, and justice in Nigeria, please like this video right now. Drop a comment sharing your thoughts on whether this is accountability or political settling of scores, and subscribe to the channel so you stay updated on every major twist in these defining national events. To fully grasp the gravity of this arraignment, we must step back and examine the complex relationship between Nasir El-Rufai and Nuhu Ribadu. Both men rose to prominence during the early 2000s under President Olusegun Obasanjo's administration. Ribadu served as the pioneer chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission from 2003 to 2007, earning a reputation as a fearless anti-corruption crusader. El-Rufai, during the same period, was Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, known for his aggressive urban renewal policies in Abuja. Their paths crossed again under President Muhammadu Buhari, where Ribadu was appointed National Security Advisor in 2023, while El-Rufai had completed 2 terms as Kaduna Governor and remained a key political figure in the All Progressives Congress. Tensions reportedly emerged over time, fueled by policy differences, regional power dynamics, and personal rivalries. El-Rufai's eventual defection to the African Democratic Congress after criticizing the Tinubu administration set the stage for open confrontation. The phone tapping allegation, if proven, would represent a serious breach of privacy and abuse of state power, potentially violating constitutional protections and national security protocols. The government's decision to proceed with arraignment suggests that investigators have gathered sufficient evidence to move forward, though full details of the charges, evidence, and timeline have not been publicly disclosed. El-Rufai's camp has maintained that he will honor any lawful process, framing the matter as part of a broader pattern of targeting vocal critics and defectors. The choice of Ribadu as the alleged victim adds a layer of symbolism. The man once celebrated as a symbol of anti-corruption integrity now stands at the center of a case involving alleged surveillance abuse by a former colleague. The implications of this arraignment are profound and interconnected. Politically, it sends a strong message that even high-profile figures are not immune to scrutiny, potentially deterring other defectors or critics from openly challenging the administration. It could also deepen fractures within the northern political elite, where both El-Rufai and Ribadu command significant followings. Socially, the case risks inflaming regional sentiments as El-Rufai retains strong grassroots support in the northwest through his Kwankwasia movement. Any perception of selective prosecution could fuel ethnic and regional tensions. Economically, prolonged legal battles involving prominent individuals create uncertainty that can affect investor confidence and market stability, especially in Kaduna State, where El-Rufai's legacy of infrastructure development still influences business decisions. On the security front, The allegation of phone tapping by a state governor raises serious questions about the misuse of intelligence resources and the erosion of public trust in institutions meant to protect citizens. Public reaction has been swift, emotional, and sharply divided. Supporters of El-Rufai, especially in Kaduna and across the Northwest, have taken to social media to express outrage, describing the impending arraignment as political persecution aimed at silencing a powerful northern voice ahead of the 2027 elections. Many have linked the move to his defection from the APC and his public criticisms of the Tinubu administration. In contrast, those aligned with the government and Ribadu have welcomed the development, arguing that no one should be above the law and that alleged abuse of office must be investigated regardless of status. Neutral observers and civil society groups have called for transparency, due process, and protection against the weaponization of security agencies for political ends. The absence of detailed public statements from either the EFCC or the presidency has only amplified speculation and debate. Looking ahead, the arraignment on Monday will likely be a closely watched event. If the charges are formally read and El-Rufai pleads not guilty, the case could enter a prolonged trial phase, testing both the strength of the prosecution's evidence and the independence of the judiciary. A conviction could effectively end his political career and serve as a deterrent to others, while an acquittal or dismissal might strengthen his narrative as a persecuted reformer and boost opposition unity. In the short term, the case will dominate national discourse, influencing alliances, campaign strategies, and public perceptions as the 2027 election cycle intensifies. The government will be under pressure to demonstrate that the prosecution is merit-based rather than politically driven, while El-Rufai's team may seek to portray the matter as selective targeting. Broader reforms to insulate investigative agencies from political influence could gain traction if the public sees this case as emblematic of deeper systemic issues. As we conclude this report on a development that captures the high-stakes nature of power transitions in Nigeria, I invite you to share your perspective in the comments. Do you see this as a legitimate pursuit of justice or a continuation of political vendettas? If this breakdown has helped you understand the layers involved, like the video, subscribe to the channel for continued coverage of the forces shaping our nation's future, and turn on notifications so you're always the first to know when new developments emerge. Your engagement keeps these critical conversations alive and accountable.